Have you ever left home on a photo shoot full of hope and ambition, only to realize upon arrival that you have left an important bit of kit behind? That happened to me recently, and that essential item was the battery charger for the Olympus OMD EM1 Mark II. There are not many photographic shops in Beddgelert, and neither did any of my students have the same camera. Two, incidentally, had the Mark I. But rather than admit defeat, I decided to test the claim that this latest model sported a new battery that will hold its power longer. In the end, I managed 235 shots saved to RAW over 5 days. The battery going kaplunk on the final shoot. How did it know? I had to be resourceful. Video was out of the question. It depletes battery life quicker than anything else. I refrained from reviewing my shots on location, relying on my experience and expertise until I had downloaded. This did not restrict the creative process and, if anything, achieved the opposite. My assignment was to run a photographic holiday for HF Holidays from their hotel near Beddgelert in Snowdonia. I had 8 enthusiastic photographers in my charge. The grounds, including Craflin Hall, are owned by the National Trust, and there are numerous woodland walks, including one to a waterfall just a few yards away. Nant Gwynant, in the shadow of Snowdon, traps early morning mist, especially after a day of heavy rain and a significant drop in nighttime temperature. But then, the best landscape shots are created by weather and a basic camera, not a computer. I took the group to nearby Llyndaenus, but the day was predominantly cloudy, and only for one very brief moment did the sun strike the opposite bank. A brief touch of magic during an otherwise dull morning. But then, that is what landscape photography is about, and if you haven't got time to wait or listen to the weather forecast beforehand, perhaps you should try another branch of photography. Good landscape shots are achievable in dull lighting, even rain, and if it is an open landscape, get rid of the sky, otherwise it will end up being the brightest part of the picture, even though it can be corrected in Lightroom. I must confess to chickening out on Anglesey. Rain came on cue during the afternoon, but this shot under heavy cloud was taken in the morning, the warm foreground tints helping to lift the colours. I took the group to Plasnueth, home of the renowned Rex Whistler mural. Fortunately, everyone had a National Trust card. I don't normally cart a load of gear around, but after listening to the weather forecast, I did have the foresight to tuck the 25mm f1.2 lens into my rucksack, protected by bubble wrap, as tripods and flash are not permitted inside the house. These holidays are planned a year in advance, aided by my very best pair of rose-tinted spectacles, where everything is lovely and sunny. Cum Idwell from Ogwen demands the very best lighting, and we got it, obviously due to my bravura performance of the Sundance the night before. For a dramatic mountain landscape that can be easily reached, not far from a car park or too difficult underfoot, this walk must be ranked amongst the best. Because of its popularity, erosion has proved a problem for the National Trust, but in recent years the tourist path has been significantly improved without adversely damaging the landscape. But boots are still essential. Dramatic lighting demands a special technique from the photographer, otherwise overexposure will be the unintended result. My own preference is to spot meter off a highlight. This will darken shadows, but saved to RAW, the photographer has the option to lighten dark areas during post-production. As you are not locked into a process that cannot be undone, I prefer this method because you can change your mind. Sometimes I tested this technique to its limit that might raise a few eyebrows, as noise could be the unintentional enemy. The battery gave up at Dolbaden Castle at Llanberis, which Turner painted. Trying to find viewpoints favoured by painters can be difficult. Very often they change the perspective, but what looks like Snowdon in the background can be seen. It is free, and visitors can wander the battlements, followed by a well-earned drink at nearby Paddown Country Park, where you can arrive by train. This holiday, Develop a Photographic Eye, was one of several that I led for HF Holidays in 2017. Next year, I am leading 10 in England and Wales, from Lulworth Cove to Dolgelert. Some cater for different photographic skills and expertise. Others are themed, such as landscapes inspired by Thomas Hardy's novels and heritage steam railways. See my website or HF Holidays for more information.